Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today we're doing how to clean your saddle and everything on it. So this does not include the bridle, just the saddle and the stirrups and the stirrup leathers. But before I do this video, this is an educational video, and I'm going to tell you what happened to my stirrups, my stirrup leathers, why they're so dirty, and why my saddle was so dirty, which I've kind of cleaned it a little bit because I had to remake this video. But, yeah. So, what happened to my saddle is that it was left in the barn, and it didn't have a saddle cover on it, and I haven't rode in about 2 months on Moonlight. And I kind of got like this green fungus. It is not a poisonous fungus, and it's not mold. It's just like this gross fungus. But it did have a little bit on my saddle, but it's not no more. Like I said, I had to replay this video, and I already cleaned my saddle. But I'm going to teach you how to clean your saddle and how to clean your stirrup leathers, and also how to clean your stirrups. So last night what I just did was I just pulled off my stirrup leathers and my stirrups. So that was very easy. So what I did also was I grabbed my toothbrush, which you will see, and I just buffed out all of this, all the dirt. You could probably just see some dirt flying in the air. But I'm going to show you everything you're going to need to make this the perfect saddle, stirrup leathers, and stirrups. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a toothbrush. This has to be a soft toothbrush. You're going to need some saddle soap. You're also going to need a sponge. I just have a cute little horse sponge. You are also going to need a rag. And you are also going to need stirrup cleaner polish that is a DIY. What you're going to need in this is you're going to need apple cider vinegar, just a splash dish soap, and Clorox bleaching, and another toothbrush to clean, to like rub all that stuff on. So what I first did was I just took my stirrups, and I just got most of all the flying dirt off them. So they're not that dirty no more, but they're still dirty. If you hear my dog snorting in the background, don't mind. So we're going to go into dropping the camera and showing you my saddle. And while I'm going to be cleaning my saddle, I'm going to teach you all about my saddle. So let's just drop the camera. Guys, all the way to the bottom. Okay, there's my saddle. So this is my beautiful English saddle. This video is basically to clean your English saddle, because I'm going to teach you how to get into all the grooves and stuff. But yeah, so what I just made is a saddle stand. I have a saddle stand in the barn, but my Western saddle's on it. But what you just gotta do is just gotta fit stuff. In the barn, I have a built-in saddle thing on this. But yeah, so what I'm just gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and grab my saddle soap. So what I'm just gonna do is you're gonna dampen your sponge and your saddle soap. It's, as you can see, it's dampened already. And what you want to do is you want to grab your sponge and find a comfortable position, which is the horse's head, and just do curry comb circles. Put a little bit of pressure into it, not too much pressure that all the saddle soap will like crack and make bubbles, but you just want to have enough. So what you want to do is you just want to grab your brush and do circles on it and get the whole entire saddle. So this saddle is a 15-inch saddle. When I was ordered I wanted to order a 16.5-inch saddle, which fits me. Because I like having a little bit more room in my saddle than having me so tight and combined. This is an all-purpose black saddle, but you can jump, you can do dressage in it, you can do a lot of things in it. So what they, in the saddle, it's very, very comfortable. It is synthetic. I like synthetic saddles better because you can go in the water with them, and it's not leather. And you don't have to like always condition the leather. You just gonna, even though I do it, even though I like always polish my leather, you don't really have to do it with this. Synthetic means that it's fake leather, and so it's more humane to animals like goats and cows and pigs, because goats and cows and pigs is what they make leather out of. Even though my strip leathers and my bridle are made out of leather, at least I didn't use a giant chunk of leather out of for a saddle. But I really like this saddle. It fits Moonlight really well. He actually gets a lot of movement out of this saddle, and I really like having your horse have a lot of movement, especially when you're doing cross country. I do cross country in the saddle as well because it can get wet. I love this saddle so much. My trainer actually has this saddle as well, and I did a show in this saddle. So just get all of that foam out. So once you've fully got all of your saddle soap in, my hand is pretty fuzzed up. You just want to wipe off your hand. And I'm going to show you what the saddle looks like. So what we're going to do now is we're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes and then wipe this off. So I already waited 5 to 10 minutes for the other side, so I'm just going to wipe this side off for you guys. So just turn my saddle stand and wipe this side off. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of saddle soap in the stitching. I wish my thing would go down a little bit more. Let's see. I don't know. Wait. I know, guys. Just wait. Okay. That should be good. Okay. As you can probably see, there's a lot of... I'm just going to put this all the way up close. There's a lot of... in the stitching. You probably can't even really see it. It's just making... My saddle just fell. Don't have that happen. Just try not to have that happen. I moved it too quickly. Okay, so my saddle was on the ground. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pull it back. So if that happens, just make the best out of it. So just wipe down everything you have. And as you can probably see, you're going to be like, Avery, there was, if you just finish the video now, you're going to be like, Avery, there was saddle soap stuck in my, my stitching. But that's not going to happen in a minute. Even in this little thing that you put the excess stirrup leather in, it has saddle soap in it. But just wipe the best out of it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take a toothbrush and you're just going to go ahead and buff it all out. So I wish I could get up close with this camera, but I can't because my saddle's going to fall again. But just get all of that saddle soap out of your stitching. So I've got I got all of this saddle soap out of my stitching. So I'm just going to grab the camera. Oh. As you can see, all the stitching is out. And now it is perfectly fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and, well, stand still. So what I'm just going to do right now is I'm just going to go ahead to the other side of my saddle, which is this side, and wipe all of the saddle soap off. And what the saddle soap does is it cleans and repairs, and also it shines and conditions your saddle. And I use it for my boots as well. I use it for my boots, my saddles, my stirrup leathers, my bridle. I use it for a lot of my stuff. So I think I'm just gonna leave a lot of like excess leather. No, stay up. I know this is not really working. I should have brought my saddle stand in here. Okay. So now I'm just going to go ahead and grab my toothbrush, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to get a nice zoom in of a lot of some saddle soap. As you can see, all that white stuff is saddle soap at the bottom. Oh yeah, leave that down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and, I wish you guys could like see it. I wish I had a cameraman today. Or camera lady, which usually my grandfather does it, but just rub all of that stuff out. And if you rubbed it out, you want to go ahead and grab your rag again, because it kind of makes a little bit of a mess. And one more wipe. So my saddle is now done, and it is fully cleaned and polished. Oops, I actually I forgot some spots. Okay, that should be good now. Well, just a little bit more. So now my saddle is fully clean and sparkly. I'm going to go ahead and move this back, and we're going to get to the stirrup leathers. Okay, now that is out of the way, we're going to go ahead and start with the stirrup leathers. So I don't think I showed you these. I showed you these, but as you can see, it's disgusting. And my stirrup leathers are actual leather, like I said. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and grab our saddle soap sponge and just sponge this all through. I'm doing one side at a time. These are actually children's stirrup leathers, and they actually are cheaper than the adult-sized stirrup leathers. I thought that they were going to be small, but when I got them, they're like kind of adult-sized, actually. As you can see, there's getting a lot of black out because there's not just the fungus, but there's extra buildup on my stirrup leathers. I don't think I've told you this story yet, but I kept out a pair of black reins. They were real leather reins, and I'm just going to wipe it down quickly. You don't have to wait 5 to 10 minutes with these. You can just wipe them down. What was I going on with? Oh yeah, my reins. So I left out a pair of black braided reins, and I came back and they had a lot of fungus buildup. So I decided to go ahead and go clean them, like what I'm doing right now. And the pink, or whatever you want to color it, the coloring, I don't think I told you this story yet. I don't know. So you don't want to get a lot of buildup. So when it's hot and humid out, you want to leave your saddle in a cool temperature place, and all your tack. My saddle's pads don't get exposed because they're in my tack trunk in the barn, but my saddle and my stirrup leathers. And also, I didn't have a saddle cover on it. It could have helped a little bit, not get as much built up, but I mean, I'd rather keep my saddle and stuff inside. So I'm just wiping this all off, and I'm just going to do, look at what it looks like now and before. So this is now when it's cleaned. All nice and sparkly clean. I can actually see the numbers now off the stirrup leathers. They actually have numbers on them, and I really like that. I'm on hole 9, and now look at the difference. This one clean, this isn't. So now let's clean that one that isn't clean. So if you guys have a black or brown saddle, I think there's brown as well, you can buy these stirrup leathers on Amazon, and I definitely recommend these better than any other stirrup leathers. Just cleaning it. I really love these stirrup leathers so much. So, my saddle was, so I ended up getting that black saddle. I don't think I told you this either, but I ended up getting that black saddle because I had a saddle and then it was disgusting, and I had like this brown saddle, and it turned out to be like junk. Did I clean that side already? No. It turned out to be like junk and disgusting, and well, I had it for a long time. I got it when I got my horse, and actually I had it on. My stirrup leathers wouldn't fit in like that hook thing. It wasn't a hook, it was just this thing, and you had to stick it all the way through, and it was so hard because it was all rusted. So I ended up putting my stirrup leathers in this like strap, the little hook for your martingale. There goes my saddle again. But I ended up putting it in that hook for the standard martingale, and it didn't work, so I ended up renting out like a $2,000 saddle, and then I ended up not liking that saddle. I rented it out for a month, didn't like that saddle, and I returned it back, and then I ended up getting this one. So, stirrup leathers don't need much care. Well, I mean, they did, but it doesn't take that much time. And look at how dirty my sponge is. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up my saddle and put it back on my thing so it doesn't fall again. And just quickly wipe that again. So now we're going to get into the stirrups. So the stirrups, I just got these stirrups actually. They are the iron stirrups, and I like using these for hunters because you can't wear jointed stirrups in hunters. But what I did was I grabbed a toothbrush and so sorry guys. Okay, so I grabbed my stirrups and I used a toothbrush. I think I told you this in the beginning of the video, but I used my toothbrush and I just cleaned these. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring my tripod up again, all the way to my face, so you can really see me again. Okay, now you guys can see me. So, look at my stirrups, very dirty. So what you want to do is you want to take your sponge and just rub all inside where the foot goes on the stirrup. Okay, so I'm not going to use my sponge, but I'm going to use my, like this patch stuff. It's like a hard steel wool, but don't use it on the iron. Just use it on the bottom where your foot goes. So like, use it down here. But I'm just going to go ahead and put some saddle soap on it, just a little bit. But I'm going to take it off with my finger. So don't use this in there. Just take it off with your finger because it's going to like get all the it's gonna take all that iron and get it all weird in there. Okay, not iron, but just don't use it in just don't use this in your saddle soap and you'll be good. Okay, perfect. So to get it really good, I'm just going to use a little bit more saddle soap on my finger and just coat it onto this. I'm just going to like coat all the saddle soap over my stirrup. And just coat it on. What I mean by where I'm doing it is I'm doing it on here. It's kind of orange. They were like a white color when I first got them. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a toothbrush and I'm just going to like buff that in, if you know what I mean. They're very dirty. I think I'm going to actually get cheese grater stirrups because I've heard a lot of great things about cheese grater stirrups. But they're not the whole stirrup, you just take these out. I actually had a blue pair of these things, but they don't fit. They fit only a specific stirrup. So now once you have buffed that all in, I'm just going to wipe it down like if you would with your saddle. And we're going to see where it needs a bit more cleaning. Because I have another thing that I'm going to clean with it. So it's kind of not that much dirty, but look at my brush, it's super dirty, like super dirty. So I'm just going to do this to the other one, and then I'm going to do it with you guys actually. Okay. Okay, and then just buff this right in. To buff this in, you're going to need a lot of saddle soap, just for a little thing. I'm just digging my finger right in. Ugh, my fingers has a lot of saddle soap on it. More saddle soap. And now let's buff it in. I have the Aerot paddock boots, paddock field, not paddock boots. Why did I even say paddock boots? I have the Aerot, I think it's 3-in-1, 4-in-1, I don't know. But it's the one with all that comfort on the bottom, and they were $305, and I have them, and I really like them. They are the tall boots, or what do you want to call them, field boots, full boot, I don't know. I call them tall boots. And I use saddle soap on them. So what I just did was I just did the same thing to both of these. And what I'm going to do now is, I think I've told you this. I don't know. So I'm going to retell you guys. But I've made this, and what this stuff is, it's going to clean your beautiful stirrups. What it's made out of, it's made out of Clorox bleach, dish soap, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So you want to take a separate toothbrush, and I already dunked some in, and just dunk it in and rub it all over your beautiful stirrup. And this toothbrush can be hard, it can be soft. Mine is soft, but it can be hard to get into more of the groove. Just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. So I'll tell you all the purposes. The apple cider vinegar actually cleans really good, and it will disinfect a lot of the little dirt particles. The Clorox bleach is to disinfect as well, and the dish soap is to foam it all up, and it's to create like a paste instead of like a watered down mess. So, yep, that's that. It kind of smells good because the dish soap. So, we're going to go ahead and do the other stirrup while that one's drying, and I'm just going to dunk it in a little bit more. I use these actually at the bottom of this paste at the bottom of my tall boots. Like at the bottom where your foot goes in the stirrup. I do it once in a while when I clean my tall boots. I just jumped. Oh, if you can replay that, please do so. I jumped so high. That was scary. Like the phone beeped on the tripod and went. That was scary. So just keep bubbling up your thing. I know it was at 26 minutes. It's almost like a half an hour long. But yeah, I'm still cleaning. So once you've done that, you're just going to let that sit like the other one. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my towel, and I'm just going to wipe it off my one that I already did before that one. Just clean through it. And they're starting to get their color back. I do it twice. I haven't done my stirrups in a while, but they're very clean now. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it a second time with that gel paste. It instantly, as it hits the stirrup bottom, you just rub it in and it foams up. I'll show you for that other one when I first did it. I use quite a lot of this stuff. So this stuff is my own DIY. I did this myself for that paste for your strips. I did it myself, so don't think that anyone else did this. I just decided to make it myself, and I really like it. Well, I've ended up showing my trainer about this stuff, people at the barn, and it's really, really good. So I wouldn't lie about this stuff like most of commercials and YouTube videos do. So I'm just going to wipe this one down, and as you can see there's just a little bit more dirt that's pretty much stuck. So I'm going to show you how instantly this stuff foams up. So here's my foaming gel, the DIY foaming gel. Here's my toothbrush. Just stick it in, just dunk it in a little bit, get it nice and jelly, and then go ahead, place it on, and as you can see I just placed it on, and go ahead, and the light is too much in my eyes, so I'm going to pull down my curtain tripod. Ooh. And it starts foaming. You guys probably can't really see it. I think I also added a little bit of water into this. I don't know, I forget. I think I added some water into that paste stuff. I don't know. Really give a little bit of muscle to get a lot of like that paste going on and that sudsy. I like that. And now we're just going to let this one dry and do the one that I already did and just wipe that down. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my saddle back together. and then I'm going to show you how beautiful and clean this saddle is. And if I was going to show, the saddle would be on fleek as long. So if you still have a little bit of that soap stuck in, just use another clean dry toothbrush and just get all that stuff right out. Like so. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean up just a little bit, put most of my stuff on this little table thing, and over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my saddle and put the tripod back down, which my stirrups are in the way. Put the tripod back down where it belongs, and then put my camera back down at the bottom of the tripod. And so I'm going to have to loose my saddle back up. Here. So this did not include this video. I think you already know this, but it did not include me like cleaning the inside of where like the withers go on the saddle. It just cleaned like where I sit on the saddle. But yeah, so this is also going to be how to put your stirrups back on your stirrup leathers and how to put your stirrup leathers back on your saddle. So take your stirrup leathers and you will flip it over and see this hoop, and you'll go up to the top and you will find the buckle, and you're going to use the side without the buckle, and you're going to grab a stirrup and you're just going to slide your buckle right on your beautiful stirrup leather, and you just want to go with this, the hook thing, and you just want to go through, and you want to find the number that fits you, and I'm on 9, 7, 8, 9. Okay, right on. Mine actually have numbers on them. I think I already told you that. And you just want to stick your stirrup. It's kind of hard, the buckle, putting it all the way through because my leather is kind of thick. And then once that happens, like, you have that. So you have this really, really long strip. I can't put it in. So you have a really, really long stirrup, and then there's some excess here. And you just, I don't know if this is, I think this is my right height. And then you just want to go into the saddle flap, and you just want to take your finger. You kind of want to like lift this up a little bit. And mine's a hook. You can do it differently if yours is not a hook. It's kind of hard. You have to really be able to see it to do it. You just want to slide that right in, like so. I don't know. Yeah. And then you want to grab the excess piece and feed it right through into that thing. So, yeah, that's how our stirrups are going to go in the saddle. And if you don't know how to roll up a stirrup, like you have to roll up stirrups. I think a lot of people don't know how to roll up stirrups. I'll show you how typical people will roll up the stirrup. Some people will put it down here, and then, or some people will do it right here, and then they'll do this, and then they'll grab this, and grab the excess, and pull it through here. But no, that's not how I roll with the stirrup leathers. But you probably can't even see it. It's sad. So I wonder if you guys could see it. But you want to grab the bottom where the stirrup would be, and you want to just pull this stirrup right up as far as you can go. Grab this and put this back through. That stays in there forever until you want to like have your stirrups be different. And you can pull it. You could keep it like that if you want, but if you want it to really stay, you want to grab this piece of leather. I don't know if my camera is really focusing on me. And you just want to pull this leather right through. And that's how I bunch up my stirrup leathers. So I'm just going to show you a second time how to put this stuff on. So you want to grab your stirrup leather. You want to get it the right side. You want to pull it like this. So we have those two and then this. You want to grab your stirrup on the piece that has no buckle. And you just want to kind of like drag it all the way down. You want to go ahead and put your thing right through. And you want to go to the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So some stirrup leathers have numbers. Mine have numbers. I already told you that. But I'm just going to show you the numbers on them. I used to be an 8, and my knees were like too high and bunched up, so I dropped down to 9. I can actually drop down to 10, but I think I will. I'm probably going to drop down to 10 right now because 8, 9, 10. Here is number 10. I think this actually might be number 11. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay, I'm actually going to keep it at 8. I'm at 9. And just grab this, go into the hook. You want to pull this piece, go into the hook, hook it on, grab this piece, pull it until that hook is all the way on. Grab this, pull it through, grab the bottom of your stirrup. You want to take the top piece. I think I'll do it step by step. You want to take the top piece of your stirrup leather and pull the stirrup all the way onto the bottom, all the way up here, and just pull that together. You want to grab this loop and you want to pull it right through onto your thing, and you have a beautiful saddle. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye!